All right. Hello, Astronomy Madness friends. Is Mr. Krug back with our Sweet 16 update as I enjoy my free coffee from Chick-fil-A on Teacher Appreciation Day. Got that along with a nice little chicken biscuit this morning to start my day. Thank you, Chick-fil-A. Totally awesome. So back there is the big board. And for those of you who follow along, the first two rounds have been trying. We've seen some of the biggest upsets in Astronomy Madness history. So where do we stand as the dust settles and our surprise Sweet 16 has emerged? So let's revisit our 2020 Playa Index here from the start of the tournament. I made some updates, and you are about to see the carnage that has gone down. Those of you who picked a double-digit seed champion, most of those are busted as we would expect them to be. Some are not, though, and the ones that are out there are still insane. Chloe and Alex pick an Arecibo radio telescope, still hanging on as a strong 14 seed with its +2 research bonus. It's playing like a 12. Then Jalen, Brady, Caden, and Liberty. We rarely see a 13 seed win one game, let alone two. But the AIDS virus has advanced to the Sweet 16 as a 13 seed, and it is up against the powerhouse of the Black Plague in the next round. But it's going to be interesting because AIDS is going to be getting a chip. The Black Plague is down a chip due to its research bonus. So instead of that being 13 chips versus one, that's going to be 12 chips versus two. So maybe AIDS can pull up another epic upset. So then everybody who's picked a 15 and a 16, sadly, they're now all busted. We do actually have one 15 still in play, and that's Salmonella coming out of the viruses and bacteria region. It's obviously going to have to pull another upset, but it's got 6-seeded polio who upset 3rd-seeded typhoid fever. So it might actually have a chance to do it. So Salmonella is still hanging in there as a 15 seed. All right. For the opener, I did some underrated power champion picks, and I certainly hope that you have not paid much attention to Mr. Krug, because if I was actually picking in Vegas, I would be broke or fired or both. So for our 1 seeds, I really hyped up George Washington as the power champion value pick. Only 8 of you had picked him, and he got busted right away, becoming only the second 1 seed in history to get bounced by a 16 seed in the opening round. He lost to General Douglas MacArthur, who himself was then quickly dispatched by Sun Tzu, the 8 seed, in the round of 32. For the 2 seeds, we only have 2 of the 4 still alive, including Keck. And even though my bracket is almost destroyed, this is my one glimmer of a hope. I'm one of 2 people that did pick 2-seed Keck Observatory to win it all. So let's see if that happens. And for the 5 of you that picked Frank's Red Hot, still a good chance there. It's a weak 2 seed. It's down a chip, but it's still playing like a 3 seed. It is going to have an epic matchup against 3-seeded Jif Peanut Butter to try to advance to the Elite 8. For our 3 seeds, we still have 2 of them alive, and props to those of you who picked Vlad the Impaler. Only 2 of you did, including my buddy Mr. Geis. It is still alive as a 3 seed. Some of the sneaky smart picks, according to Mr. Krug, sadly did not end up being that smart because they got bumped right away. I felt bad for Taya and my buddy Mr. Rupica. They made what I thought was a great pick on smallpox, which was basically playing like a 3 seed. But it got majorly upset by the Cinderella run of AIDS in the opening round. So it's gone right away. But Corey and Elena are hanging in there with Mayonnaise as a very strong 4 seed in the condiments region. Mayonnaise is actually favored in this next matchup against 8-seeded Yellow Mustard, who just took down top-seeded Heinz Ketchup. So barring another major upset, which has happened a lot, Mayonnaise should have a strong shot at the Elite 8. For our truly unique picks, I got to give a shout out to 2 students here. Ben has the Yerkes Observatory still alive as a 5 seed. It is facing top-seeded Hubble, but Hubble is going to be down a chip, and since Yerkes is facing a 1 seed, it's going to be up. So instead of 5 chips versus 1, that's going to be 4 chips versus 2. So Yerkes has a good 33% chance to pull off that upset and advance to the Elite Eight as a 5 seed. And then mad respect to the only two-time student champion here, Cassie S. picked 8th seeded Sun Tzu, and I was really skeptical on that. But because it's Cassie, my girl, I had to think she must know something. And sure enough, Sun Tzu is still alive. It is going to be up against 4th seeded Alexander the Great, and it might be able to pull off an upset to keep Cassie's champion alive and get Sun Tzu to the Elite Eight. So very quickly, this is the only place I'm showing full names here because these are my alumni. They're now graduated. They are officially adults. What I've done here, so happy with all my alumni that are playing, but I've highlighted the ones who still have their champion alive because at this point, this almost matters more than the names you actually see on the leaderboard. So I got some of my favorite students of all time here. Now, a number of people have picked the Plague. So if the Plague or the Black Death does win it, it's going to come down to some of those secondary games. How many Final Four do you still have in play? But we got some really unique picks here that are very exciting to me. So Taylor, she has Julius Caesar winning it all. He's got to pull an upset here against Vlad the Impaler to move on. He's still got a chance. And then my man Michael, hardly anybody picked Alexander the Great. He's looking very strong. He's going to be favored against Cassie's Sun Tzu. So those two are going head-to-head in the next round. One of those students is going to be very happy, one rather disappointed. So Tyler D and Devin got Frank's winning it all. My man Mason's got 3rd seeded Jiff. And then Sydney took Hubble, which is a sneaky smart pick because despite being a 1 seed, not too many people have it. So those are all the alumni who are still alive for the ultimate goal. And then going down to the faculty here, Mr. Stoutenauer is leading the pack. About 27 people have picked the Plague overall, but right now he's sitting pretty in the top 10. We've got some solid picks here, though. Mr. Brandis and Mr. Geis both going with 3 seeds to try to win it all. Both Jiff and Vlad the Impaler are looking very, very strong. Vlad possibly even stronger, not to jinx it, but he's going to have a 7-3 chip advantage over the surprising Julius Caesar in the next round, who just upset the Greek hero Achilles. And then even though Mr. and Mrs. Krug are towards the bottom of the standings right now, we've got some unique champions that hardly anybody has. But honestly, for me, just to kind of show you here, my bracket otherwise is destroyed. So if Keck does not continue on, I'm going to have one of the lowest scores. So I promise you these drawings are live with my daughter Lydia, and they are totally, totally legit. All right, so that just about does it for our round 2 update of Astronomy Madness. We are entering the Sweet 16, and with the help of Cammie, Lydia, and Violet, we are going to start pulling those later today. Thank you, those of you that are still playing along, especially if your champion still have it alive, and you've got a chance at the ultimate glory. Until next time, peace.